Hello Cancer, welcome to your reading for the 31st of August until the 6th of September 2026. And it's going to be a general reading, okay? So let's welcome in the Archangels, Ascendant Masters, light beings, spirit guides, our higher selves, and any animal, ancestral or dragon guides you feel resonant with, Cancer. Okay, general energy, overall energy for the reading is the Page of Swords. So you could be feeling curious about something. Let's grab some more cards now. Okay. The Five of Swords, Ten of Cups, Ace of Wands, and the Devil. I'm wondering whether at the moment, Cancer, you are possibly dealing with, maybe a family argument of some sort. Or it could be a conflict or an energy that you would rather kind of not be a part of, this one here, Five of Swords. And it could be someone who is sort of exerting themselves in an egoic kind of selfish fashion, at your expense, something like that. Maybe there's some, this could be a work thing. And maybe you are having to get some more information on things here. If this is something that's going on at work, maybe you've got caught wind of a rumor or something like that, that someone's been spreading about you or something to that effect. Or like I said, there could be sort of like a family sort of dispute about something or disagreement over something at the moment. But I sort of feel as though, Ace of Wands, that you're getting some insight about this, okay? I think you are, with your Page of Swords, you're kind of open to new ideas and new perspectives and different ways of looking at things. And, it could even be to do with that maybe you have an understanding that, with this Devil energy here, that some people just have attachments to certain ideas in the way that things should be, or the way that they've always been. And I think you're kind of getting some perspective on this now. King of Swords and the Queen of Wands, I feel like you're kind of applying your intellect to this situation. With the Page of Swords, overall energy too, it's like you're having to think or analyze something or a situation here that's probably affecting you in some way, given that it's come up in the reading. And the Queen of Wands, it's sort of like you're going to emerge from this, I guess, experience, feeling as though you have your own creative solutions and that you're going to move forward with your plans for yourself. And that you won't be really allowing anything else to sort of come in over the top of that. That's going to sort of, I guess, pull your plans into question or sabotage your plans or something. You won't be sort of buying into that, I don't think. If it feels as though there could be an energy that's wanting to, or has its own agenda, and that maybe it's not wanting you to move forward. But I think you're navigating things pretty well, because you have here also general direction moving forward. Two of Cups and death or rebirth. So I feel like this is a situation perhaps you're dealing with that you are moving on from energetically, intellectually, emotionally. You're kind of moving on from it. And that this is like the rebirth process. Okay, the Two of Cups means that you are coming into a greater depth of understanding about yourself and about what you want. Also kind of signified by the Queen of Wands here. She's a very creative as you are Cancer, very creative, sort of like an independent, you know, capable energy of creating something that you're wanting to create here, or to maintain something that you're looking to maintain. Yeah. Because I think, you know, ideally you're looking for this 10 of Cups here, this emotional fulfillment as well. 3 of Cups, 5 of Swords again, which is interesting, isn't it? So, but it's really nice that you have this 3 of Cups with the 5 of Swords energy. That 5 of Swords was the one that we started with. So, you know, in terms of outcome, it's sort of like there may be people that are just going to continue to, you know, argue and try and maybe put a spanner in your works, or try to, that's a metaphor, by the way, or try to, you know, maybe they're jealous of what you're doing and where you're at. I'm not really sure. There could be, you know, any sort of disagreement about something going on there. But you're going to be, you know, 3 of Cupping it, basically just going along your merry way, a bit like the Queen of Wands here, you know, just continuing to do your thing. 2 of Cups, coming into understanding. But the Page of Swords, I think, is, you know, you're getting some more understanding, you know, of the nature of this 5 of Swords energy, I think, that you're surrounded by. It could be talking about your own inner conflict, but usually it's the 5 of Swords depicts 2 different energies. One is kind of very self-interested and wanting to win at all costs. And the other energy is like either feeling defeated or choosing to actually step away from that energy, because it's just like, you know, it's almost like this continual battle that can't really be won by either side, because there is one party there which is kind of delusional in terms of the quality of the gain that they're getting is not that great. So it's sort of like, I think you're choosing to just not engage. And here we have also the Priest, and which is the Hierophant and the 8 of Cups. Yeah, you're moving on to more meaningful things. Okay, you're moving on to your own spiritual path here, Cancer. You are really, I guess, accessing your wisdom. You're being the intermediary between spirit and matter, okay? Maybe you're being a guide of sorts. But I think you're also making this commitment to yourself here, the 2 of Cups and the Hierophant together. 8 of Cups is moving towards that thing that is for you, creatively, spiritually, and emotionally fulfilling, okay? Let's grab some more cards here. But there's a rebirth for you, Cancer, moving forward, okay? I think as a result of letting go of some of this energy, or of successfully navigating a 5 of Swords energy that you are needing to deal with at this time. But I think, you know, ultimately what's coming is that you will move away from it, okay? More so. Wow, Empress, abundance. Also Queen of Swords. Really nice energy, aligning with your heart space, doing things that, you know, or making those decisions that you need to make in alignment with your transformation, in alignment with your rebirth, in alignment of where you're going here, Cancer. And this is 8 of Pentacles as well, which I really love to match with that 8 of Cups, moving towards or being engaged, Cancer, in something that you find meaningful. Okay, that is resonant with you, a way of working, okay, or a project or something that you're going to be doing that is meaningful for you. And I mean, the 5 of Swords in this reading, twice in the reading, could possibly indicate that maybe you've been at the not victim, maybe there's been someone else who's been calling your shots, okay, probably to an extent that they don't really need to be doing that. Because it's a little bit like someone on an ego trip that is just kind of gets a kick out of telling people what to do, or out of, you know, causing rumours or all sorts of anything, okay? Whatever's dispute you're experiencing at the moment is probably what the 5 of Swords is talking about. But, you know, you've got Empress here, abundance, okay? So Spirit saying keep tapping into your abundance, align with your transformation, And yeah, if you feel uplifted by something and you're realizing that on a frequency level, this Five of Swords is just out of your ballpark now, okay? Keep aligning with your spiritual, your elevated frequency, okay? This is also what this is kind of saying here, is that the devil is like that low frequency energy and you're kind of like lifting up out of that. Okay, so these two come together, are coming out together, which means that it's kind of like there's a choice point. Also with the Five of Swords and the Three of Cups, okay? You're choosing to elevate to the Three of Cups. And also even with the Five of Swords and the Ten of Cups. So that's, you know, emotional fulfillment. You are choosing. You're continually choosing that, Cancer, which is awesome. The Queen of Swords, yeah, really nice energy as well. We did mention her before, but I like how there's a bird here. So higher consciousness, right, in alignment with this elevated frequency, moving into your personal truth, your soul alignment, your high frequency self. And the Two of Cups sometimes talks about that as well, coming into a greater understanding of your soul, of your higher self, and what types of things you will be focusing on moving forward. And yeah, the Magician as well, Cancer. So this is your inner resources. And you're going to, you know, this is what the Page of Swords is, you know, you've got your sword of truth here, right? And you are also going to be discerning, getting curious about your soul, inner soul resources, and maybe making some decisions, researching, doing some journaling, some writing, you know, maybe you're going to be applying this Five of Swords, curiosity, fascination energy to your soul resources that you have, your inner resources. And you're also, you know, going to be, I guess, making use of the resources around you as well, Cancer, okay, your external resources. Two of Pentacles, yeah, you are having to juggle, I think, your own evolution at the moment, as well as something else going on in your life that is, we could say, energetically challenging for you at this time. But I think Spirit's just saying to keep tapping into your abundant self, your high frequency self, as much as you can. Especially if you feel dragged down by this Five of Swords energy, taking time to recalibrate, rebalance yourself here with the Two of Pentacles, and also grounding yourself. The Empress is a very grounded energy as well. Energy of ease, comfort, you know, pampering, doing all the self-care that you need to do here, Cancer, okay, to really rejuvenate yourself. Let's look at this one here. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you're probably going to be, Seven of Pentacles has made an appearance today in a few readings. You're probably going to be reflecting on things that, you know, and possibly if this is a work thing that you're dealing with the Five of Swords challenge there, you're going to be looking at maybe reevaluating your workplace, maybe reevaluating your lifestyle and tweaking things as needed as you go. But also to allow yourself that reflection time is what that's saying. Nine of Swords. Yeah, there is, as with the process of change or rebirth, there will always be a little bit of stress. And, you know, because if we're shifting, Cancer, if you are shifting values, you're shifting the way you're working, you are getting new information here with the Page of Swords. So this is also saying new info, new stuff coming in, new ideas that you're going to have. That, you know, and sometimes for that, all that stuff to kind of integrate and sort of balancing out things with our everyday life can be a little stressful, because it's like, well, hang on, you know, there's a lot coming in. You might need to take time out, right, to just really absorb and to reconfigure, maybe even reconfigure your lifestyle or reconfigure how you're doing things on a daily basis. There may be some small things that you might want to tweak, some small things that you might want to add in as well to your daily or weekly schedule. Page of Cups, really nice. Two-page energies here, okay? So this is talking about your creative self here, Cancer. You're a water, cardinal water sign, and this is, of course, the element of water. So creative, paying close attention to your emotions, your feelings, how you are affected emotionally by things around you. You know, in a positive way, but also this is like, you know, inner child energy. You're naturally curious, Cancer. You're naturally wanting to investigate things, but you're also creative, intuitive, and spiritual. Okay, so all of that stuff. And there could be something here, and maybe this is your creative, intuitive self that is sort of really wanting, or it's calling you to elevate more regularly or frequently out of a Five of Swords energy that you find yourself in, you know, whether that's internally or with other people that you're dealing with. Okay, so activating via some things that you love to do, like maybe as a child, if there was something you really love to do, because if you can do stuff, Cancer, that makes you feel happy and joyful, that's raising your frequency. Okay, so that's going to be helpful as well. Which we did mention that before about lifting your frequency out of that Five of Swords energy, which I think you're handling pretty well. But spirits, this is just confirmation that you are kind of on track if that's, you know, what you're doing there. In terms of a dispute, yeah, it could be that there are things that need to sift and take their time to work out, and maybe there's some more information, like we said, that is coming or that you are going to receive about this situation. So yeah, just keeping that in mind. And yeah, no, you've got all the resources that you need here, you know, inner resources here, the inner magician, Cancer. So there we have it. I think we might wrap it up there. You have lots of powerful reading. Hierophant, Empress, lots of kings and queens here. Well, king and queen, yeah, really nice. So, and your rebirth, right? So yeah, I think we're all going through a bit of a rebirth at the moment, but yeah, there we have it. I hope that's been helpful. Look forward to your next reading, Cancer. In the meantime, have a great day, a fantastic week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.